Okay, this is the IRB committee and admin page of the Mentor IRB system. This is part one. We'll break this into several parts to minimize the size of the video file. This is the IRB admin tab. The first page that appears is the list of protocols. You can see here that names are X'd out. I do that for demo purposes, so that's why they appear that way. This list shows the IRB ID number. That is a number that Mentor assigns automatically. However, you can use your own numbering scheme and if you want, so you can change that number if you like. Shows the date submitted or approved. You've got the PI name, the status of the protocol, and the title of the protocol, and the title is a link to the protocol itself. At the top here, you can filter this list by protocol status. These are all the different statuses of protocols. So if you want to search for a particular subset, you can. You can search by PI. So this is simply a list in alphabetical order of all the PIs that are in the database of protocols. You can search by reviewer if you're using the reviewer system. We have a user-defined category menu. You can define categories. These are just test categories, but you can categorize protocols and then filter on that list. Search for search for protocols for which revisions are required or not required. Search for student protocols that have been accepted or rejected by their faculty, staff, reviewer. We'll talk more about that a little later. And by review status, whether their reviewers have completed the review or are pending. So you have a lot of variety here in terms of filtering this list and finding a subset of protocols that you're looking for. I'll click on this test protocol, and this is the view protocol page. All the IRB committee members get this page, as well as the IRB administrator and chair. The IRB administrator and chair get these buttons at the top so they can actually do things to the protocol, whereas the members of the committee simply get the information. You can see this page looks very similar to the investigators page. It's got all of the information that's been submitted. In this case, we have a reviewer assigned to the protocol. That's actually myself. The review is pending. And if the reviewer hasn't completed their review but has input the data that you required or requested, then the chair can complete that review. Got the protocol status and so forth here. All of this information is editable. You simply click on edit, and all of that information can be edited, including the addition or subtraction of co-PIs and so forth. So most of this information is editable by the chair or the administrator, so that gives you a lot of flexibility to clean up mistakes that your investigators might make. Down here you see the files that have been uploaded. So here's the protocol file, here's the consent form. When we use the reviewer system, the reviewer's notes are written to PDF and they become attached to the protocol, as well as any notifications that have been sent out regarding that protocol. Because this is an expedited review approved protocol, Mentor has generated an annual report for this. This label, by the way, is customizable. OHRP kind of frowns on the word annual report, so you can change that to continuing review. But you can see here Mentor's generated a record for that continuing review. It's calculated the due date. You can see the due date is 2/22/2013, whereas the approval date for this was 4/1/2012. Mentor has calculated that due date based on X number of weeks prior to that due date, or the end date, 1 year hence from the approval of the protocol. And the reason for that is so that the protocol gets reviewed prior to its expiration date, which is at a maximum 1 year from the approval date. Mentor also sends out notifications, or can send out notifications so many weeks prior to this due date, and it sends those out automatically. You have the amendments page here, and again, the chair or administrator can upload amendment files if they're sent to them directly, but of course you would look for your investigators to upload those amendments. Adverse events, protocol deviations, DSMB reports. These items, if your IRB doesn't expect to receive these kinds of reports, you can disable those, and those tabs will disappear. At the top, you can assign reviewers here. That's pretty straightforward. You have reviewer roles. You find the name of the person. You can see here I've been assigned. Set a due date, and if you want a reminder notice to go out. You can also add a checklist or a survey that you define, that your IRB defines for each reviewer role, and the reviewer is then expected to complete that checklist, answer those questions, and then that survey will get written to PDF as part of the protocol. The chair or administrator can upload additional documents. Those can be in these categories: additional document, protocol description, consent form. These are customizable by the chair or the administrator, so you can add your own document types. For instance, you might want to add a conflict of interest form, and that would be an additional document. So you can define any number of specific documents that you wish to have the PI upload or that you yourself would upload. This is a standard file upload form, and you can rename files on upload. IRB action, this is where the chair would typically go in, set the approval status for a protocol, change the reason for if it's an expedited review or exempt protocol, set a date of approval, and update that status. When you click update status, if the protocol hasn't been approved before, Mentor will load the automatically load the send notification template that's appropriate for the approval status. Because this one's already approved, Mentor won't do that, so I'll just load that. So here is the template to send the approval notification to the PI. You can see that Mentor has included the title of the protocol, the IRB number, the name of the PI, the dates that things are due, and so forth. These are all variables that are in the template, and in the setup video we'll show you how those templates are constructed and how those variables work. When that email goes out to the PI, Mentor writes that to a PDF, and that's what you see here is the PDF of that email. This is where we would look at the reviewer record. So you can see here the comments. We don't have a survey attached to this one. You can see that the reviewer hasn't completed it, so it can actually be completed here at this point. And the chair or the administrator can edit the comments that the reviewer has submitted. So it's very simple, just form to edit those comments. Finally, the print zip function allows you as the chair or administrator to download a copy of the protocol, all of the text information that Mentor generates. You can turn that into a PDF and download that to the browser. Alternatively, you can generate a PDF of all that information, and then Mentor will zip that PDF up with all the associated files with the protocol. And so this gives you several methods to extract the data from Mentor. You may want to park that, store that on your own servers if you like. We are pretty careful about backup and disaster recovery, and we take full responsibility to make sure that your protocols and files are there when you need them at any time. But again, just as a safety backup, you may want to print and zip your protocols and back them up yourself. Finally, there's the messages page. This allows you all members of the IRB to send messages to the PI. The PI can also use this to send messages back to the IRB. You can control whether the PI sees the message. So if I set it to IRB only message equals yes, then that message won't be visible to the PI. If I set it to no, then the message is going to go out and be visible to the PI and actually sent as an email to the PI. These are notifications, so if I want Linda, the chair, to receive a notification of this message, I check her name off, and Mentor sends that notification, actually sends the content of the message as well. But these messages are archived here on the protocol, become a part of the audit trail of the protocol, so you have a nice record of the transactions you've had with your investigators as you go about negotiating and improving that protocol to something that you can approve. So I'm going to end this portion of the video right here, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the other functions here on this page.